Welcome to your learner's guide to food craving. It's called comfort food for a reason. It's designed to comfort you. It's designed to make you feel better. On an emotional tip, what are some of your favorite comfort foods? What you like? Chocolate cake, cookies, what you like? Pie, ice cream, pudding? What is it? Is it potato chips? Is it popcorn? You like the crunchy stuff? What is it? Think about what those things are. By no means here am I saying that abandon your favorite things. We're learning how to heal our relationship with them so that the relationship doesn't have more power over us than we do ourselves. And remember, anything I share is not intended to replace the advice of your licensed practitioner. Let's talk about the holistic connection, mind, body, and soul. Anything happening to us physically, remember, is also already been happening mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Why? Because we are connected holistically. We are holistic beings. There is not one part of us that is separate from the other parts. So when we experience a physical sensation, or in this case, a food craving, like, ooh, I really got a taste for some gummy bears right now, it is not only physical. Think. Do you think your stomach, do you think your insides, do you think your body is saying, I need some gummy bears for some fuel right now? No, that is not what your body is ever asking for in order for you to give it some nutrition. So when you get that desire for gummy bears, for a chocolate bar, that's coming from a different place, a more emotional place. So what is that deep? Our constant go to cravings can tell us a lot about what's happening beyond the conscious, deep into the subconscious. And if you show me what's on your plate, most of the time, I can tell you a lot about how you're feeling. Try it. If you feeling brave, type in the comments about what you have been having for lunch and dinner for the past week or so, and we'll talk about it. So let's get into the different kinds of cravings. You're going to see on some of the slides, there are photographs of different foods and beverages. So you can play along and test your knowledge as you're learning with me about what certain foods might be indicating that we're feeling. Let's talk about the sweet cravings. Sweet cravings can indicate unresolved issues with love, such as being able to give and receive love, self-esteem, and self-worth. That sweetness that you're missing within, you replace it with the external sweetness of whatever it is, the candy, the cookies, the milkshakes, and all those things. Remember, none of this stuff is inherently bad. Not inherently. It starts to become bad or toxic for us when it takes us further away from ourselves. So would you rather have the sweetness within? Would you rather have, have a sweet feeling about yourself within and know that that comes from within you? Or would you rather have to always go get it from some type of external source? With the creamy cravings, like your pudding and your ice cream, those cravings are associated with needing to be soothed, the need to feel nurtured and comforted. There could be issues with abandonment, loneliness, feeling undervalued or misunderstood. And I want to also mention here that smoking is in the creamy category, okay? Because the smoke is smooth and it brings about feeling comfort or, soothing anxiety and things like that. If someone's craving this, what does it look like? A banana nut shake, vanilla hazelnut shake, right? What could someone who's craving something like this all the time be feeling? Are they having issues with love, self-esteem? Are they dealing with issues of not feeling nurtured, from the inside out? And you know why this is challenging work sometimes? The reason why this work is challenging because we start to get deep and think about like instances of our childhood, different relationships that we've experienced, where these disconnects in our emotional well-being may have started, you know? And so it's okay. All right. Hold yourself in love. I'm holding you in love as well. It's all right. We're here to do the work. It's not about blaming. It's not about shaming anybody. Those who raised us, everyone was doing the best they could with who they are and what they knew. Right. But right, this is about you right now. And you have an opportunity to do something different because you are learning different. And when you learn different things, you can do better. You can do differently for yourself. All right. Let's understand crunchy fried cravings. The crunchy fried. Crunchy and fried cravings can indicate physical or emotional stress, pent up anger, aggression. or even a lack of emotional vocabulary and awareness on how to positively release those emotions. Let me tell you a quick story about when I worked in the school. Y'all know I used to work in the schools, right? And this was shortly after I began to learn about my cravings. And I started to just observe them and opt out of allowing hearing about all this right now to, cause you to go into a frenzy. Like, oh my goodness, I've been craving this, and this. I'm a mess. Like, don't do that. Opt out of doing that. This is about awareness right now. We're just becoming aware. Remember what Louise Hay say. She said, if you want to clean the house, you got to know where the dirt is. So if we want to start to clean this stuff up, we have to know where the issues are that we're cleaning up, right? I'll tell you a quick story. I'm in the classroom and it was right before lunch. I'm sitting there looking at the clock and I'm like, I cannot wait to get these children in line so I can take them to lunch. And I am going to go to the store and get a bag of sour cream and Ruffles potato chips. And I could not stop thinking about this bag of potato chips, right? And so because I was at a place of awareness and I was learning how to slow down and not just be so reactive, but learning how to slow down and observe my thoughts about what I'm thinking, right? I said, oh my goodness, girl, you feel stressed in this classroom right now. You feel stressed and overwhelmed about what's going on, and you would like to get into that crunch, crunch it out, okay, and release all of that stress in the crunchy. So I said, oh my goodness, this is what it means, right? This is how I'm starting to connect, like really connect. It's one thing to do that in retrospect, but it's something different entirely to be in the moment and be like, oh my goodness, this is why I'm having an experience right now. Okay, so that's what I did, right? And I was like, boom. So on that day, I didn't have the chips. I did something else to calm down during lunchtime. I put on some soothing music. I did some deep breathing to calm myself down and get through the rest of the day. And when I got home, I had the crunchiest salad for dinner. Okay, so I was going to get that crunch in one way or the other, but I chose a healthier option. And that's what we're learning here, how to choose healthier options. Now, that craving for something bready, bread, like, like actual bread, muffins, rolls, donuts, cakey things, those can indicate emotional stress from insecurity, unresolved issues, and disordered boundaries. So, that bread, it sticks to you. So you start to feel full, a fullness on the inside from the bread, which is replacing the fullness that you don't feel on the inside emotionally. Are you starting to make the connection about the emotions with the food cravings? Again, not inherently bad. If you want to have pancakes one day, okay. But if you're constantly saying like I used to have a donut every day for breakfast from high school until my work career. What was that indicating? I had a lot of disordered boundaries that I needed to work through. This is real, okay? And we're just getting to it and being honest and loving each other the entire way through and loving ourselves, accepting ourselves and trusting that we can grow through it. Let's keep going now. So let's understand salty and spicy cravings. Eating, excuse the typo, okay? Thank you. Eating salty and spicy foods helps to redirect anger and aggression. So think about the salt and the spice, that heat. You're redirecting the heat that you feel and having a relationship with the spicy food with it. The chewy craving, like crunchy foods, the chewy action helps to relieve physical stress that we hold in the body. Just being mindful. I used to keep gummy bears on deck all the time. I still enjoy spicy food, but I have an awareness that if I'm craving, I used to crave like buffalo sauce all the time, but it was a redirection of anger because I didn't know how to help. I didn't, how many of us grew up thinking that, being angry was inherently a bad thing? It's bad to feel anger. Oh, you shouldn't feel angry. But anger is a healthy emotion. Anger helps you to know when your boundaries are being crossed, when something's crossing the line. You need to check it. It's not about being aggressive, but it's about realizing where and why the anger is showing up and then finding a healthy way to deal with it. But see, I didn't have them healthy ways to deal with it. All right. So I was eating them foods. Okay, but we're learning how to be aware now, right? Take a breath, give yourself some love because you deserve it. We just learned a lot about food cravings and we might be having some thoughts. Okay, if you are, give yourself some love because it starts with awareness. No blame, no shame, no guilt to ourselves or anyone. Remember that your cravings do not define you. The first step is to become aware. So we do that. We identify them. You can start to track them with a list. You can do a voice note, whatever makes the most sense for how your brain works. And be mindful of how the ways you feel may be associated with the food products and snacks that you regularly go for. So, why does this matter? It matters because we don't always consider nutrition when we're choosing our meals and snacks. We usually go for what do I have a taste for instead of what do my cells need for energy. Remember that every craving means more than just the physical satisfaction of the taste of it. Yeah, I like how chocolate tastes, but think about we've all heard that chocolate releases those feel good hormones. So think about how it feels emotionally when you savor that piece of chocolate. So think about it. When the body needs energy, do you think it's asking for foods that are heaped with empty calories that don't put any nutrition back into the body while also using up a lot of caloric energy to process and digest it? No. So now you're ready, right, to become aware of what you're putting in your body and what it does to your body. So you can start to become aware of your habits and your cravings and what they're telling you about what you may be suppressing mentally and emotionally. So that's all we have for today for our beginner's guide to learning cravings. If you have any questions at all about what was shared here today, you can reach out at any time. You can leave some comments down on the video and you can send an email. You are doing such a great job just showing up for yourself and becoming aware of some of these things so that you can start to make the aligned changes for yourself. Okay? Let's do it. I'll see you soon.